Yo, it's your boy UNKASA. I'm here with Mikey T, the movie star. Report card ready, yo. You already know what it is.
Did you ever get to have a relationship with Stack Bundles?
Yeah, me and Stack Bundles had a great relationship. Let me tell you some shit. When Stacks moved back from Chicago to New York, I took Stacks' room. And me and Stacks both was signed at first and 15, but at different times. He couldn't, I don't really think he really could adapt to the going back and forth to Chicago. The only reason I ain't go back to Chicago is because shit got raided and I had a gun charge. You know what I'm saying? They was willing to pay for my lawyers and all that. Like, I ain't never want for nothing when I was with First and 15. And me and Stacks, we met on the streets. First time I met Stack Bundles, I met Stacks on 145th in front of BJ Sneaker Store. And he was asking me about who had Purple Haze weed. I think he wanted like 4 ounces of weed, 4 or 5 ounces of weed. And I, at that time, you know, I called one of my peoples to get him some bud. You know what I'm saying? That's how I met Stack. And then he was like, yo, Lupe was telling me about you. You spit that shit and all that. I was like, nah, you hard and all that. You know what I'm saying? We have a great respect for each other. Stacks, I probably recorded one of the last songs with Stacks. Like that next week Stacks was dead. He had came to the studio and he played some music. Scheisse paid him for a feature and we was just chopping it up. And he was just like telling us what he was going through and shit. And we was just like, yo, you know, you gotta get the fuck out of here. He was like, yo, that's why I'm telling Capo, I gotta get out of here. I need some real bread. You know what I'm saying? He just, at that time, he just wanted to get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? He had played that song. It was an eerie ass track that he played. I think it's called I'm Good. He was just talking about his hood and shit. It was eerie because that next week he was dead. Scheisse called me. I remember it was like it was yesterday because at the time, my mom's had all white furniture. I came to the crib. I rolled up a blunt. I was just about to watch In Too Deep. It was on like Showtime or Cinemax or something like that. It was like 4 a.m. Scheisse called me. I muted the TV. And I sat like on the edge of the couch. He was like, yo, what you doing? And I was like, yo, I'm about to roll up, watch a movie and all that. He was like, you rolled up? I was like, yeah. He said, yo, take 3 pulls, because, you know, Scheisse, he a funny nigga. You know, me and Scheisse, we ain't speaking right now, but that's always going to be my big bro. I love that nigga to death. But he was like, yo, tell me, he said, light it up and tell me when you take 3 pulls. So I lit the blunt up. So I was like, he said, you took 3 pulls? I was like, yeah. He said, take another 3 pulls. I was like, yo, Scheisse, what you on, man? It's 4 a.m. He was like, yo, man, niggas kill Stack Bundles tonight, just like that. And I was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, Stack Bundles laying right in this project stairwell right now. I'm like, what the fuck happened? He was like, yo, I don't know. I just hung up. We talked for like 45 minutes and I hung up the phone. Stacks was a hell of a good nigga, man. I can remember that last studio session like it was yesterday. We was at my man Dan the Man studio, Pro Studios and shit, downtown on 30th Street. And Stack came and fucked with us. You know what I'm saying? Did the little feature and shit and chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Stack Bundles. Those my peoples. Chinks, God bless his soul.
So, yo, UNKASA, man, I want to ask you about linking up with Shiest Bubz in Purple City. Could you break that down for me?
Yeah. Scheisse was basically young dude in the hood coming up. He really, he's like the blueprint of, what the cannabis game is turning into now. But he's been doing it for 20 years before it was legal. And, you know what I'm saying? Street guy. I basically just wanted some good weed. And that's how we connected. You know what I'm saying? He when I met him, he was like, y'all always know about you. You know, niggas was always talking about this kid with glasses that rap. Like, I had a different name back then. Baby Gangster, the bookkeeper back then, Gangsta Lou had named me that for mob style, so that's the name I was going through. So I was, battling niggas, and I had my name in the hood for rapping for at least 30 years, you know what I'm saying? Young, 13, 14, 15, tearing niggas the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? So we already, he had a name for getting money, I had a name for rapping, hustling. And we connected like that at first through some weed shit. Then, like I said, Cam and Jewels, Jewels really got me connected to Scheisse. Because he used to be like, yo, that nigga got the fire buzz, go check that nigga. So once I met him, we had a conversation and, things led to successful mixtapes and albums and shit like that. I remember Scheisse and Luch did a mixtape called Taliban versus Purple City, and it was basically all the artists that Scheisse had on his roster, and Taliban was just me, JR, Hell Rel, guys of that nature, A Mafia. So we were putting out the mixtapes. We got a buzz on that. Around the time we was gonna drop Taliban versus Purple City Part 2, the bully and the hustler, Luca Brasi got incarcerated for like a year or so. So as Luca was incarcerated, me and Scheisse, began to kick it every day and build a barn. So he was like, yo, man, we might as well do this label shit and, get this shit popping. So we basically weeded out all the niggas that wasn't going to fit in the criteria with what was Scheisse's vision at this time. And, gathered a bunch of artists. A lot of people didn't survive the roster, but, Purple City was tearing the mixtapes scene up. You know what I'm saying? I was connected with a lot of different entities too. The Senate, shout out to Taj Mahal. The Diplomat stint was like gold. Like you can put the Diplomat logo on something, and that shit was gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? Anything that was affiliated, and that's what the labels was going on too. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got the deal with Baby Grand with Chuck Wilson. Because they wanted, if you couldn't get Cam or, Jewels or Jim, you wanted anything that was closer to them. And what was hot at the time was Purple City. So that's basically how shit was going back then, Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Me and Scheisse put some shit together, help a lot of guys that couldn't get that viral moment. We gave it to them, you know what I'm saying, through the mixtapes. Anything that we dropped, that shit, their numbers, you know what I'm saying? So, we help a lot of guys come in the game, do their thing.
Right,
like
like
that.
you were saying, you didn't actually sign to Cameron, but you used the affiliation to get a situation with Baby Grand.
Yeah, because it was like, at the time, when Cam was signing, like JR and Hell Rel and all them, me and Scheisse, we was like, yo, it's not enough food on this one plate for everybody to eat off. Because that's how we're gonna start bumping heads. Let's go get our own plate and build our own foundation so we don't really have to piggyback off the Dipset shit. You know what I'm saying? We are Dipset, we are family, but we our own entities. We Purple City. But even when we got our deal, a few niggas was mad and bitter that we got our own deal and was able to get leverage and do certain things. And niggas hated on it and shit like that. But, that's how the game go, man. That's how the game go. This is a dog-eat-dog world, man. And if you ain't mentally prepared for this shit, do not get in this rap shit because it ain't even about how nice you is or how many songs or how much jewelry, how many bitches you fucking or none of that. This shit is the numbers game nowadays, you know what I'm saying? That's why, you see so many artists come and go, you know what I'm saying? They don't stick around because, these labels that these niggas are signing to, You know, they just looking for the hit, and once you can't make no hits no more, you know, you good as garbage. So they throw you to the side. But that's why I try to tell the artists, evolve with the times. You know what I'm saying? Try to always put your twist on anything that's coming out or whatever the new wave. You know, everything is a wave, so you know, evolve with the wave. Not saying to attach yourself or do things that other people are doing, but just kind of evolve into what the game is. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of people don't know how to evolve into the hip hop game now. It's totally different from when I came in. You know what I'm saying? I seen this shit like I said, I'm 41, so I've seen a few generations and a few different eras of this hip hop shit. These young kids, they definitely getting more money than we did. You know what I'm saying? They saying a bunch of money quick too. You know what I'm saying? That's what's driving them so crazy, because you go from hustling or probably robbing and stealing to get money to you got $2, $3, $4 million to play with. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have no guidance. You ain't got really no OGs around you to guide you in the right way. So that's just a road of destruction. That's what's gonna happen. What the fuck? This is why I tell a lot of people, what the fuck you gonna expect for these young kids if there's no guidance around them and it's all this money? Because you'll have a 42-year-old man calling an 18, 19-year-old kid big homie or big bro just because of the leverage and the money he had. You know what I'm saying? Like I can be a young nigga that got more money than you, and you looking at me like the big homie because you can't do it. And it ain't supposed to be like that. We supposed to have OGs around these guys that's getting all this money to guide them in the right way and tell them and show them the mistakes they did so they don't have to do it. That's what I always do. I've ghostwritten for people. I have my own artists. The reason why they don't work, they don't want to listen. And then when they bump their head and run into a wall, that's when I never even played a I told you so road. I just be like, you know what I'm saying? You choose the lane you want to roll. It's a wide road. You can go in the fast lane, you go in the slow lane, you go in the steady lane. A lot of people want to go in that fast lane and they crash. You know what I'm saying? Learn the business. People don't want to learn the business. Take time out to learn your business. Know where your streams is coming in, where you know when your revenue and your money's coming in, your lawyer management. I ain't never have really none of that type of shit that these guys had. I ain't really have the machine. So anything you ever seen me do is coming straight from the mud. Like, gotta go out, sell mixtapes, hit the block, sleep on niggas' floors, do all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? To get where I've gotten things that I've seen in this game. So even with the UNKASA True Hip Hop Stories, I always try to, enlighten, I try to enlighten the dope shit that I did, but I was trying to, enlighten the darkness too, you know what I'm saying? Because, it's no life and there's no light between positive and negative energy. You gotta have, if you have one, you gotta have the other. Just as much we want to be positivity, we gotta have negativity because it's a balance and people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? When we get some elders that can actually grab the hearts and the minds of these kids in the right way, I think you'll see a better outcome. Even in Chicago, if you just get some of the real OGs from Chicago, they get close to these guys enough for them to listen, I think we can change. It starts with us. We keep thinking the government and all that. The government ain't gonna help us out. None of these people gonna help us out. It starts with us. And that's been the answer forever. It starts with us. When we gonna put the racism down? When we gonna stop using race as a crutch or something that's been going on for years? You know what I'm saying? We all equal. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you're black or white. We all equal. We all is God's people. You know what I'm saying? Some is richer, some is faster, some are prettier, some, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna be all equal in that way, but as human beings, we are all equal. And once people get a perspective and a mind, they grasp their mind on that, I think the world will be a better place. Not even just the hip hop generation, the whole world as a whole. You just got to realize the perspectives is different. Change your mindset a little bit,